Hello, dear one. I would like to conclude my series today on how do we know what is true. And I think we could just continue indefinitely because there are many, many avenues of approach to this very serious issue, especially today with so much misinformation being consciously spread, trying to divide our country, for example. Very strange conspiracy theories that are designed to suck people into them. There are many tragic and horrible things happening in this world, but they are very much compounded by lies and deceit and deception. It's very difficult to navigate through all of that, but yoga fortunately provides some wonderful tools. And another way that I was thinking to approach this is that as an avid gardener, there have been many times when I have spent a full day, 8 hours or more, pulling weeds with great enthusiasm and with some physical cost involved. But I remember vividly that after many hours of pulling weeds, I can close my eyes and I can still see weeds and the action of pulling them. And so what that tells us is that anything that we repeat and repeat and repeat comes into our minds when we're trying to sleep, especially when we're trying to meditate, and it creates a habit in the mind. And this is the point of today's talk. We have to be very careful about the repeat actions that we perform. As I'm sure many of you can relate to, the past months in our country have been very politically charged. It's been a tremendous drama, sort of a thriller, wondering what is going to happen and how is it going to play out. And I found myself watching the news much too much. And there were good guys and bad guys, and I found myself cheering on the good ones and booing the bad ones and getting caught up in that drama. And then now in late January, early February, things have started to calm slightly. Certainly the pandemic hasn't calmed, but other dramas have mellowed somewhat. And yet, the sensationalism of the news, which is what sells news, has not abated. And I can see that the drama just continues. The bad guys get worse, the good guys get threatened. It's just endless, endless drama. And this world is light and dark, shadows and light. And what we need to do is keep remembering that we are beyond light and shadow. We are spirit. And if we want to change the world, we need to change ourselves. We need to be, as has been attributed to Gandhi, the beautiful phrase, be the change that you want to see in the world. And we are much better served and we can serve others much better if we clear our minds of all the mental clutter and be very careful the repeat actions that we perform with our minds. Instead of just pulling weeds all day outwardly, which is still a good thing to do, but pull the weeds of inner discontent, of fear, of anger. Fill your mind with the right things, positive thoughts, affirmations of godliness, stories that are uplifting. I was thinking that instead of watching the news so much, it has served me better to study the founding fathers of this country and the principles that guided them. And there's a lot of inspiration in that, and that's what I prefer to fill my mind with. Remember that Yogananda really encouraged people in this maxim that he said, high thinking and simple living and high thinking. And if we do that, if we get rid of the clutter in our lives and in our minds, we are much, much more able to see clearly, to discern what is right and what is wrong. So let us practice these things: japa, chanting, meditation, reading inspiring books, lives of the saints or other people who have achieved greatness in this world. And get rid of the fear, the feeling of helplessness. I was reading a book recently, and it had a beautiful chart about the yugas. These are the ages of time, and the age that we are currently in is early Dwapara Yuga, in which we are getting more enlightened as a species daily, because we are drawing closer to the dual sun in our evolution, in our orbit. And I was amused and saddened to note that Dwapara Yuga, one of the phrases describing it was that there is no safety anywhere during Dwapara Yuga. And I thought, well, that's the truth, isn't it? Like a drop of water on a lotus leaf, that uncertainty is ever with us during this period of time. But if we anchor ourselves in yoga, in the mind thought, the thought form, that we are spirit, we are having a human experience, and it's filled with drama. And if we can just neutralize those waves of feeling within ourselves, that's what yoga is. Yoga's chitta vritti nirod. If we can calm the inner self and become firmly rooted in the truth through meditation, through simple living and high thinking, through decluttering our minds, we will be safe in that inner temple of spirit, and we will know the truth. It will be crystal clear to us.